And then it's just a light application, so you just spread that oil out over the area that you're going to be working. These are just kind of Swedish massage strokes. Simple, nothing very complicated. Again, I'm going to start down here. I'm even going to stretch the toes down in this case, so it really emphasizes this area. And then light to medium pressure. And just working through this whole area. How's that feel?
Good.
Good. Can be more vigorous. You're really working on some of these tendons that are coming from here, and obviously they've got their origins down here, which is why I would, use that chopstick first if possible. But certainly we can do some cross fibering. We can get into the inner part of the foot here, and even with some knuckles. I don't generally use too many tools when I'm using oil, but probably the one exception might be something that is more like a sliding tool. Something more like this, where I could then get in like that. Okay, or this one here. How's that feel? You could use this, but again, it's just, with oil, you're likely to slide all over the place. That's the negative side of using tools with oil. Again, I can still feel some tightness in there. You can do a little bit on the bands on the side here, like getting into the toe. You can still kind of wriggle that toe and certainly get in at a certain level of depth through here. And then caress up through here. And again, I'm working right up here into that band. I could do it with the point of my elbow, but I have to be very careful not to slip into that bone, okay? Or my thumbs, or I could cross fiber and then move up. How's that feel?
Yes, it was taken down that.
Yeah.
Just above the bottom.
Very tight here again, same spot. And again, I'd come to a point where I'd see, can I release that with oil? If not, it needs to be released in these toes on the tips of them. Okay, otherwise, if we just go too deep with these oil moves, we could just bruise the person. Yeah, it's not going.
It cracked once though.
Yeah, good. We can do these moves here where we hold bands and then just give this area a shake. I actually then come up like that. Again, lifting the leg, and we can get into all around the ankle. And she's already absorbed a lot of that oil here, so I may end up just using a tiny bit more. Oil massage obviously is, you have to clean your towels at a high temperature afterwards, so sometimes if you don't clean them pretty quickly, some oils can go rancid in your towels. So I definitely recommend putting a bit of lemon oil, eucalyptus oil in your washing machine, just a few drops, but high temperature. Again, it's stretching those toes out and coming in through here. And it's an interesting little spot here that's really holding some of this. Pressure okay?
Yeah, that's good. You got a little bit harder there.
Okay. I can use different parts of my thumbs, so I can use the point, or I can use this first knuckle side on the inside of it too, to get that pressure. And alternating between those two stretches the thumb in the different direction, because you have to be very careful not to overuse your thumbs. And coming back to here, and again, getting into those spots of where muscles are joining in the ankles, and then up into the calves. And then deep into, going quite deep into the back of her Achilles area there, and up. So light to medium pressure. Never overwork the calves. Of course, we can change the angle of her leg, and that way we can get into here more. Very tight in there. And as I say, not too deep in this inner leg area. We can use knuckles, we could use the side of our hand, we can use the side of our arm. Especially if I was working like big football players or something, I'd definitely be using more my forearms here. Again, we can still use these points here. Okay. And then we can come in and do her arms. Again, just keeping her nice and warm.